Hi, I'm Caleb. I'm a cardist, and I'm interviewing other cardists to see how and why they create, so we can learn how to grow as a community. Welcome to Cardistry Talk. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Cardistry Talk. This is episode 10. This is a little bit more of a different episode. I'm trying to interview the wide variety of all the cardists in the world. So I'm joined by Hunter, who is a friend of mine, who I think is a little bit underrated in the cardistry community. I think he has a couple of really banger moves. So
I appreciate that. Yeah, I appreciate that. That's really kind of you to say.
So my first question for you is just what I start off most of the interviews with is kind of how did you get started into cardistry?
For me, it kind of goes back. In like the second grade, I got into magic like really heavily, and that's kind of all I did like from second grade to like up into high school. And back then, like cardistry was a thing, but it wasn't huge. But my friends and I would still do like flourishes here and there. We didn't know the name cardistry back then, but we tried to do like Jackson 5, like do those kind of things. But then I kind of dropped it for a while towards the end of high school. And then a couple of years ago, I was in Chicago and I saw at a Walgreens a deck of black tigers. Mm-hmm. And that's like my childhood. So I was like, oh my God, how's black tigers in a Walgreens? So I bought it. And then I started getting curious and I looked up like what the card community was doing. And I saw cardistry was like its own thing. And then like Fontaine, there's this weird brand that's like huge and like comparable to Supreme. What's going on? So I started looking into it more and then found that cardistry was kind of its own thing. And I kind of started getting back into it, but just for the cardistry part. That's pretty much it.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of people come back to like I did the same thing. I stopped doing cardistry for 4 or 5 years or 6. I don't even know, a lot of years, and then came back to it.
Yeah.
So I feel like once you have a taste of it, like it's always in the back of your head.
Oh yeah, you see it at the cards at the store and you're always a little tempted no matter how long it's been.
Yeah, and Jaspo said like in a video too, like what's good about cardistry is it's like the love of movement, and like that love never really goes away.
Yeah,
I remember him saying that in like a video he made about people who quit cardistry.
Yeah, it's really interesting to see what the cardistry community's like general other hobbies are, because there are a lot of parallels. Like a lot of them are really into photography, which kind of makes sense, the visual side of it. A lot of them are really into skateboarding, which is kind of comparable. It's kind of neat to see those like there's nothing that like makes everyone in the cardistry also want to skateboard, but it always ends up going to the same people, which is pretty cool.
But especially like a lot of the fidgety things like Buglarry, really cool. Magic, Rubik's Cubes, Kendamas,
Rubik's Cubes,
however you say that.
I have no idea. Those are cool though.
I would love to like learn that stuff, but like every time I start to learn it, I'm like, I just want to do cards.
Yeah, that's fair.
I just come back to cards pretty soon after.
Yeah, I don't want to like get into too many other things. Like I have enough hobbies as is, and I know like I would just spend like 3 months just like laser focus on this one thing and totally forget about everything else I'm doing. It is cool though.
So talking about some of your other hobbies, I know you're really into kind of graphic novels and comics.
Yeah.
Got a nice little collection behind you.
Yeah, you can see my shelf of recent issues up there as well.
Is there any other hobbies you have outside of cardistry in those two?
Yeah, I'm not any good, but I'm into skateboarding. I have my board here. COVID's kind of curbed that a little bit, sadly. Other things. I program. That's almost a profession, though. I'm a computer science student, but I also program a lot for fun anyway. I do kind of a handful of things. I jump around a lot. Really into video games, but I think that's kind of goes without saying for our generation, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you don't have to say it. It's just there. Yeah, I jump around a lot.
I think it's interesting the variety of hobbies people have and how they introduce it and interlock with cardistry.
Yeah, it's really cool. Another like adjacent thing is music. Like I'm really into music, and a lot of cardists are also like super into it. It's really cool. Like if you go back, like Zach Mueller always has like a great song selection for his videos. Like even the old ones when he was like 15 or still like MF Doom, like actually really great songs. kind of crazy how similar all of us are.
Yeah. And like you got like Orbit is always listening to like hip hop and R&B.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of the people I've interviewed, like Bear and Nate Lex,
Mm-hmm.
I know they said they do piano, I think. And like, there's a
Yeah.
lot of piano and guitarists in the cardistry
Oh, that's
community.
cool. Yeah, I can't see I have a bass back there. Not any good, but I have it.
Slap at that bass. Yeah, I'm terrible at music. Like,
Yeah.
no, I've
Yeah.
tried. Like, all my brothers are musicians, and
Yeah.
I don't have that talent at all.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm kind of the same. I try, but I'm not good. I enjoy listening to it though, so I get my enjoyment of that.
Hmm. So your username is prosecond on Instagram. Does
Yeah.
that mean anything? This is something I've been curious as like
Yes.
your friend, just in general.
It's a really a dumb thing. I used to always go by like in middle school, like my gamer tag was always pro something. That was kind of a trend. I think it was started by a YouTuber whose name I won't mention. Uh, but I would do pro Sandlin because my last name's Sandlin. And I would change it up a lot. Like I would do like pro scoped, then I could make my clan tag 360. So someone would be like, oh, I got killed by 360 pro scoped. Ah. Um, I had a bunch of dumb ones like that. But at some point, I was scrolling through Twitter and I saw someone from my high school that I don't talk to anymore, but I realized they probably have a vague idea what my last name is, but don't know exactly what it is. So I thought it'd be funny to change it to something dumb. So I changed it to Socken, which is the Dutch word for socks. It's all funny. And I hope that there are now some people who think my last name is Socken because they knew it started with an S and kind of what it looked like, but not what it was. So they look it up and they see that. I thought that was funny. And then I made it my account as kind of a throwaway account. So I just made it Pro Socken. But now it's kind of my main account.
That's funny. I thought prosecond. Okay. In my mind,
Yeah,
I've always seen prosecond for some reason
Pro Second. Yeah.
with the
Yeah.
E.
There's no, it's a made up thing. So there's really no proper
Yeah,
way to
so there's
pronounce
like
it.
not
But
a
yeah,
pronunciation for it.
yeah. It is funny every now and then. Someone, I was studying Dutch at the time, which is why I thought of it. But every now and then someone from the Netherlands will like see my post and be like, professional socks, question mark.
That's funny.
Yeah.
You got like a professional knitter or something.
Yeah. Yeah. Just a goofy name.
That should be the account.
Should be a logo.
So I want to talk about some of the moves you've either made or
Okay.
done in the past. I
Yeah.
got three in particular that when like I was going through your Instagram account, I was like, that's good. No, some of them I've seen before. I hadn't seen the triple propulsion one.
Oh yeah.
Commented on that. It was like a couple
Yeah.
years
Yeah.
old.
Yeah, that one's pretty old too. That
But
was when I was first. Sorry, go ahead.
but when I watched it, I was like, what the hell was that?
What am I looking at?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. That was like within like a few months of getting back into cardistry, but I could already do thumb propulsion. I learned that in, like when I was like 8 or something. Like I used it for magic tricks. You'd pick a card, get it to the top, and then just thumb propulsion it off. Still one of my go-to tricks when someone's like, "Oh, you do cardistry? Show me a trick." Um, but yeah, if you do, I found if you just move a card a little bit higher and then do it differently, you can get 2, and that led to 3. And after that, I don't have a way to catch all of them, so I can't really do 4 or 5. And the more you get, it's a little harder to do consistently. But I posted that like not even thinking it would be that impressive, just because I was like, I've only been doing this for a couple months. Surely other people have tried this. But ended up getting onto a couple of Instagrams where it's like best of cardistry, that kind of thing. There are a bunch of those out there.
Yeah, it's cool. I don't know. You just watch it and you're like, you understand how it happens, but it's like, it's such like an impossible, like a hard thing to do and still can't quite imagine it.
Yeah.
Like I feel that way about like Andrew Avila when he builds the tower. And
Yeah.
it.
Oh my God, that's so
like you
cool.
understand that it's possible, but it's still like you're just watching this thing get
done. Yeah. That one's crazy.
So is that just kind of how it got created? You just kind of playing around with the thumb propulsion?
Yeah, I was trying to play around with stuff I could already do. Thumb propulsion is one I could do a lot. So I was playing around with it. Ended up with that.
I found too when like I make like my best move, or I don't know, I hate judging my moves because I don't know whether they're good or
Understand.
not.
Yeah.
Like they're just my moves.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I feel like the best ones that people react to is usually when I'm trying to like just play around as much as possible. Like I'm not even
Oh
thinking
yeah.
about making a move. I'm just trying
Oh
things
yeah.
out.
Yeah. Honestly, if I spend more than like a couple of days on a move, it probably doesn't ever come to light.
Hmm.
Like the best moves are the ones I come up with like just goofing off like for a day or so.
Yeah, it's very like, at least for me, it's like a quick like an hour or something. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, neat.
Yeah.
I have this now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't
I
really
pretty
know how
much
it got made, but it's just there.
yeah, yeah. Sometimes it doesn't even feel right calling it your move. It's just like, no, I just kind of did things until it happened.
I just kind of did things. This is the thing that I did.
And now I have it. Yeah, yeah,
So your most recent one, I think you posted that I want to talk about is called Chase or
yeah.
Chase Duncan.
The-
Please make a tutorial for that one move you did in the Fontaine Futures, something like that.
yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, I know the move. It's called Hereditary, but I'm sure everyone knows it. It's that crazy move he does in the Fontaine Futures video with the parrots. I think everyone else had like a little mini video, like an edit. And he just had one move, and it was amazing. But he
Mm-hmm.
hasn't posted a tutorial for it. I was trying to learn it. I learn a lot from performance, so I love like watching videos and trying to figure out how it was done. I enjoy that process, and then I have like a move that is really cool, but not many people know out of it. I was trying to learn it, and I got to the opener, which looks like this. If anyone's watching, after that he lost me. Like that opener was complex enough for me. Um, so then I just kind of was like, okay, well here I am. It's a cool opener. Let's see where I can go with it. So I just kind of made it into a small little move, and I didn't feel right calling it its own thing, so I just called it what it was pretty much meant to be.
Mm-hmm. With that move too, like there's so many moving parts. Like
It's crazy.
yeah, like you would need a tutorial probably to learn
You
it.
do, yeah. And there's one part where I don't think what he's doing is ever on camera, like just not on purpose, just like because of the angles.
Mm-hmm.
So I have no idea how he does that. But I was like, this is over my head. I'm not not able to learn this.
Yeah, I do think it's funny that there's like it was only one move for him in that video, and then you have like
I know.
the symphony. It's
Yeah,
such
it's so good. That's such a good moment.
Mhm. So a lot of people too, like kind of like you just said, they'll create a move kind of based off of what other people are
Hmm.
doing. So this is something I
Yeah.
said in last episode, but if you want to try to make something new, kind of copy the best
Mhm.
person that you think or something you really like,
Yeah.
kind of make it your version of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think that goes for a lot of art forms as well. Like, don't try to
Mhm.
reinvent the wheel. Draw inspiration from other things.
Yeah,
Um,
everything
Yeah,
is inspired by something else. So
exactly. Yeah.
I think a lot of people get caught up on trying to be original instead of just
Yeah. Yeah.
do
That
your
happens to
thing.
me a lot. Yeah.
So last move I have, I don't know if you've called this, named this anything, but it's a table move.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where I have the cards lined up on the edge of the table, and then you'll flip them up and catch them.
Yeah. Yeah. That one, that brought me, I think I had 60 followers before I posted that. And then after I posted it, I had like nearly 300,
Mhm.
um, which is a big jump for me. But yeah, that one, I don't want to say I came up with it because if you've seen the move, it's something you do at parties. Um, I didn't know about it, but it's very popular in some areas. You do it like a coaster and then take a drink or something. I don't know. But I saw David Spade do it on the Norm Macdonald show. I was watching that playing with cards, and then he did it. He told a story about it. I was like, oh wow, that's a card. I have those. So I did it, and then I like chained them, tried to do a bunch, and then I just played around with it, like flipped them over. A few different variations I do, but it was just that, and then I made a little edit. I actually didn't even post it at first. I posted it on my story, and then Bear actually messaged me saying like, "This is lit. Post it." Uh, like I wasn't gonna post it. I thought it was a dumb throwaway thing. But I posted it, and like the next day, I probably had 200 notifications from like people sharing it and just reposting it everywhere. My favorite was someone reposted it onto a like Arabic cool internet moments Instagram. And it's just like it's right after like a dude wrestling a crocodile or something silly like that. But yeah, I loved seeing everywhere it went. there's one comment that made me happy. Someone said, "This thing's everywhere," and I was like, "Yeah, I know, it's crazy. It's not just me." Yeah, that was just wild.
Yeah, no, it's a cool move, like for sure. I think like
Yeah,
sometimes like the simple things that get overlooked can be
yeah,
the most impressive.
yeah, yeah.
I
I've
really
seen a
enjoyed
couple of
watching all your
people.
variations. Sorry, what were you saying?
Oh, thank you. No, sorry. Yeah, those were fun to come up with. I've seen a couple of people use it in a move, um, and I don't want to take credit for it, but I hope that I inspired them to do it in a move. Uh,
Mhm.
but it is cool. Yeah, the variations are really fun. There are some I'm still trying to like play with. It's just cool to get creative with it, or do like a challenge thing where you just get as many as you can, line them up.
Mhm.
I think it has potential for like a not that anyone practices it, but for like a cardistry meetup, kind of like a jam or something, like just another cardistry game where people like have to like do chains or something.
I'll see how many you can get or something like that.
Yeah, how many you can get, or like maybe alternating, like you have to like flip it up and then flip it down, that kind of thing, and see how far you can get. I think that'd be fun.
Yeah. Have you tried? Because this is something I was thinking about when I watched you do it. Because like whenever I watch someone else do something cool, I'm like, I want to do that.
Oh yeah,
So,
yeah.
have you ever tried like doing two hands and then coming in?
Yes, that I've tried that. It's very hard.
Yeah, that's what I was
uh,
figuring. Because
yeah, that's definitely what I'm trying to do. It doing the first one is pretty easy, but the second one where you have a card in your hand to maintain, I kind of like shifted to my pinky, and doing that with both hands at the same time is kind of hard.
Mhm.
Uh, but I think I'll get there one day.
So now I wanted to play a game. I'm going to call this or that. First time trying this game out. Might rename it. I don't know. But basically, we're going to have a couple of decks, maybe one, maybe two. Well, it's got to be two. Two or more decks that you're going to have to choose which one that you like better. Hey guys, just wanted to give a quick update on something that's happening with the show. We have started a Discord, Cardistry Talk Discord. There's going to be a lot of fun community interaction going on there. Uh, you'll get feedback, there'll be games, etc. So if you want to join that, I'll leave a link in the description to where you can just click it and then hopefully join the Discord. And if you want to, while we play this game, this survey will actually be in the Discord, so you can fill out your answers, what deck you like better out of the given choices. So if you join the Discord, you'll be able to participate in this, and I think it'd be a really fun thing. So if you do, thank you, and I hope you enjoy. So we'll start off with the first one. It's anyone decks, red
Okay,
dot or black dots.
red dot.
This is like I wanted to ask that one. Everybody likes red better.
Yeah,
I actually like black better. So
really. I think
I'm
the red just
leaning.
really pops. I don't know. I
Mm.
really like it. The black, it's its own thing, but I think the red just looks so much nicer.
So this is a battle of the blues. We got Fontaine, Aquaberry, Slight, Blue Fontaine's Parrot, or 500.
Ooh, I think I'll have to go with the blue fontaine. I like that old. Maybe just because I've been doing it, I'm used to it. But I like that old stock. It's really thick. The aquaberries are really nice though. I like the NPC, like whatever stock they use.
The Taiwan, yeah,
Or Taiwan, yeah, yeah,
wherever it is.
wherever it is, yeah. I don't remember the name of them.
This is the battle of the gold.
Okay,
I only got two for these. Peelers V3 or Fort Knox.
I want to go with V3. I'm not a big knot guy.
Echoes or aerodynamics.
Ooh, I like the echoes. I think those are. I know it's not a hot take deck of the year, but
Mm-hmm.
I think that's like one of the best design decks. It's a really cool concept.
Mm-hmm. I want to get some, but
Yeah, I don't want to get it like $70.
yeah, I
That
don't
like
want it
that
that
much.
much.
Like, I'll probably trade for it eventually, or like someone will have a used one. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. So the old vert design or the new vert design?
Oh, like the new one or the
The new one.
okay. I don't know
One that's not
yet.
out yet.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the like old designs are my favorite. Um, I'll have to see the faces though and like see the cards in motion. I do like the new one though. I had a girl me some,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah,
Yeah, they're called Prism, right? I think.
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I think Kevin
yeah.
Ho was like, he doesn't know. He said this is the first one he doesn't know, but he was thinking that
Oh
maybe the
wow,
faces were like red, yellow,
that'd be
like a prism
cool.
of colors on the
I could
face
see
cards.
that.
That's why it's called Prism.
Yeah,
Kind of like the Pink
that'd be
Floyd
cool.
album.
Yeah, yeah, that'd be awesome.
So I think that would be cool, but we'll have to wait and see.
We'll have to see. Yeah.
So next one is checkerboards versus satellites, the K Morris deck that's not out yet.
Oh, I think checkerboards. That was my first anyone deck, the Forever checks.
Mm-hmm.
Special place in my heart.
Yeah, I guess I didn't think about the different colors of that as well, but
Oh yeah, I mean they're about the same.
mm-hmm. So now we got the battle for the beginner deck. We have
All right.
Tally Ho, Aviator,
Okay.
Bee, or Bicycle.
Oh, tally ho, all the way. Oh,
I'm
I was worried you'd throw in Monarch because they sell this at Target. That would have been a close call, but like tally ho's circle backs are just the perfect deck.
yeah. I've talked about this before. I love Tally Ho's.
Yeah, so good.
So we got Black Tiger, Black Ghost, and Shadow Master.
It's a good question. Uh, that's a hard one. I might go with Black Tiger just because it's OG. I have a Black Tiger Gaff uncut sheet on my wall that I bought like 10 years ago.
That's
It's just
cool.
it's classic. It's great design.
Started a lot of.
Oh yeah, kind of like started the whole like custom deck thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
So this is the last one I have set up here. We got Theory 11 Propaganda versus the Guardians.
Ooh, another good question. I might have to go with the Propaganda. I don't own one, but I really like that design, and that kind of aesthetic hasn't really been used since. And Guardians are great, but like even back then, I felt they were a little edgy.
Yeah, there's something nice about like being edgy though. Like,
oh yeah,
I don't know.
Don't get me wrong, I still have some.
Mm-hmm. I want like propaganda, like all the old Theory 11 decks. Like that's
yeah,
like those were coming out when I was in like big into cardistry.
yeah,
But
yeah,
like they're so expensive now. Like Propaganda, Sentinels,
yeah,
Rebels.
yeah.
I don't know if you know
I
any.
have it. Yeah, yeah. I have a deck of Centurions I got recently.
Yeah, those
Um,
two. I forgot about those.
I got them for such a great deal. I think someone was just trying to get rid of old junk, so I got a really good deal on it. That was like a nostalgia trip for me. It's great.
Yeah, it's kind of weird too. I've talked about this a little bit, but like once I came back to cardistry over that 5 or 6 year gap, like Theory 11 wasn't like as cardistry
Yeah,
specific as it used to be.
yeah.
You
It
used to have
also
to.
wasn't.
Mhm.
It was not as big either,
Mhm.
which is that was weird to me. Like it's still big, obviously, but like
Well,
I
it's
thought,
bigger, but it's not cardistry
yeah, yeah,
bigger,
it's bigger, just not like for our thing.
demographic or whatever,
Yeah,
or like
yeah. They,
like layman.
yeah, yeah. They're definitely like, because they're in like every store now. But
Mhm.
like coming back and I was like Googling stuff. Like when I was like, what are the new decks? The first thing I did went to a theory11.com. Uh, but like Theory 11 and Illusionists aren't the like monopolies that they used to be for the Magic and cardistry community, which is kind of crazy.
Mhm. And it's like Dimitri, like there's a lot of classic cardists that started off with like working with Theory 11, like Dimitri and Andre Geek and
Zach
I think
Mueller.
Gladius maybe.
Zach Mueller started at Theory 11.
But like now they're just, I don't even know if they have trailers for decks anymore.
I know, right? Yeah, it's crazy. And the decks kind of aren't as cool anymore. Like,
Yeah. I think
yeah,
their back design's usually like just one color too, which like they'll have like
yeah,
super elaborate tuck boxes and then the
yeah.
cards will
Oh,
just
they
be
had the coolest tucks.
cards will just be kind of regular.
Yeah, and they're overly intricate, which isn't something I love.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm
Yeah.
sure, it's gorgeous. It's very well done, but I don't like it for cards.
Yeah. Like I want something simple that's
Yeah,
going to look good in motion and not have like a ton of design behind
yeah,
them.
exactly.
So, well, thanks for playing the game. Next thing I want to talk about is a little account you've made called Cardistry Tips. Not super big yet, but I love the concept and the idea of it, which is basically just kind of elaborating on the little things and learning some of the basic moves that people get stuck on. So, kind of how did the inspiration for that get made, and
Right.
how you think we can better teach people that are learning cardistry?
Yeah. First of all, I appreciate the little yet at the end of that. Not big yet. I appreciate that. But it's mostly from seeing a bunch of new people getting into cardistry, especially on the cardistry subreddit. people always get stuck on the same things. And I really like helping them. So I'll come in and like tell them like what they're doing wrong or how to think through the move a little differently to help them with it. So I decided I wanted to be able to just like link stuff from Instagram, like just have like a set like video or something, because it's always the same thing. Like people trying to do a thumb cut with the deck like pressed up against their thumb, like no one's thumb's big enough for that. So like showing them how to regrip it and do that. But yeah, just kind of trying to help people new that aren't quite in the mindset of cardistry yet.
Yeah, it's really difficult to learn early on, and like,
oh yeah,
like people ask me occasionally, like, how do I get started? And it's always like a difficult thing. Like you can recommend Lotus in Hands, Cardistry Boot Camp, and Hula Cardistry and stuff like that, but there's some element of it that is like, it has to be personal, and you have to like go through some crap of dropping cards all the time and getting super super early on. So like motivating people to get through that or helping them get through that is super important, I think. Because it is a really hard thing to learn early on, but once you get those building blocks, I mean, it's one of the funnest things you can do, I think.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So is there any plans to continue adding to the cardistry tips, or are you just gonna?
Yeah, I kind of, as I think of things, like normally when I add something, it's because there was something that helped me figure out a move. So every now and then I'll like think of something and then say, wow, I think if I told other people this, it would help them with it. So yeah, I think the next one I'm going to do is re-trigger. That one's really difficult for a lot of people. But I think there are a few things that weren't mentioned in the tutorial that might help some people. Yeah, just kind of as I go, slowly add to it.
Yeah, I think it's awesome. I think we need like as much material to learn cardistry as possible. If we ever hope to grow, obviously.
Yeah.
So I love the idea that I wish there was like, and we can talk about this later potentially too, like a website or something where you could like search the thumb fan and then
that'd be cool.
Click it and then have like a bunch of tips and then like a tutorial as well.
That'd be awesome. Yeah.
So something like a little bit more in depth than what we have right now.
Yeah.
Where it's just
really
videos, where it's like a collective.
Like scattered.
Yeah, it's all scattered. Yeah. But something that's like collective, a bunch of resources.
Yeah.
I don't know how to go about creating that, but I think that'd be something super cool.
The cardistry subreddit mods are making a website for like getting into cardistry and like learning new things. I might mention that to them, just like message them or something, because I think it's a really good idea to have like the tips right there, or like maybe have a comment section that's like pretty well modded, just so people can say like, hey, I got stuck here, here's what I did to fix it, or something like that.
Okay, at the end of the show, we usually do a rapid round of questions. Bunch of questions real fast, try to answer them as soon as possible. Concept of it, I think you've seen the show before. So we'll just jump into some questions. Sound good?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's jump into it. If you could have any superpower, what would it be?
Any superpower? Oh my God. Like thinking about my favorite here is what makes them cool. If I was to choose like a basic one, probably be like, I don't know, flying would be cool, but like also you'd be freezing all the time because you're like way up in the atmosphere going really fast.
Did you just watch Ascension?
No, actually, but yeah.
They talk about that a lot in David Blaine's Ascension.
Cool. Okay, yeah. I don't know. That's a hard one. I want to go with that one for now. It's kind of a cop-out answer, but it'd be fun.
Always have to ask this question: toilet paper over or under?
Over, under?
Over or under?
Do
you not know what the question is?
No, I don't. I'm sorry. I feel dumb.
Yeah.
Wait, never mind. Got you. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, over all the way.
Okay.
I don't know why, but I feel very strongly about that. No reason to.
Everybody I've asked says it over. I'm waiting for the under. I'm praying for under.
I'll need to have a talk with them.
I'll get everybody that's been a guest before. We'll have an intervention. We've already kind of answered this, but do you play video games? And if so, what's your favorite?
My favorite one right now is Doom Eternal. I've been playing it a ton. I probably have like 60 hours in it. I just got a gaming PC recently. I switched from my console. So I've been trying to explore a little more, but
Mm-hmm.
I like games that I can learn really well and then just keep coming back to like casually.
Mm-hmm. That's like I like Tetris a lot for that.
Yeah, exact same kind of thing.
Do you have a favorite restaurant?
Favorite restaurant? I do. Cincy's in Greensboro, North Carolina. I'm the only one who'll know that, but it's a Cincinnati style chili place.
Nice. What would the title of your autobiography be?
Oops. A
Everybody
series
says
of mistakes. Yeah.
a series of unfortunate events.
Oh, I should have said that. That's good.
Cats or dogs?
Oh, I love them both. Maybe dogs. I love them both though.
Mhm. Do you have a favorite movie?
Wrist Cutter's a Love Story, featuring Tom Waits, one of my favorite musicians as well.
Never heard of that.
Yeah.
If you could have coffee with any Disney character, who would it be?
Any Disney character?
Yeah.
Can it be a Disney-owned franchise?
See, this is something I've been
Yeah.
asked before too. I'm not sure. I think I'm
Yeah.
gonna have to stick with like Disney, like
Disney. Okay.
Disney.
Yeah, I'm not a huge Disney guy. I can't really think of many. Oh, Flint Rider. Is that the guy's name from Tangled?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I bet he has some interesting stories.
I'm sure. All right. And then this will be the last question. If an actor portrayed you in a movie, who would it be?
Oh, realistically, or who would I want it to be?
Who would you want it to be?
Who would I want it to be? Maybe Jake Gyllenhaal. No, we don't look similar in any way, but I feel like he would do me justice.
Who would do the research and get it down?
Yeah, he'd make me look better than I should, which I would appreciate.
All right, Hunter, thanks for being on the show. I appreciate
man.
you taking your time. I usually do a thing at the end of the show where I roll out the red carpet. Is there anything you would want to promote or any last nugget you would want to give the audience?
Not really. You can follow me per sock and check out at Fluxseal too, pimping my friend. He was the first one on.
So Sam Gordon just sent out his decks. So
yeah,
check those out. I'll also link all of Hunter's stuff in the bio for the Cardistry Talks tips, Cardistry tip, and his Instagram account. So you guys can check that out if you want to know more about him, since I know a lot of you probably don't. No offense.
You're absolutely right.
So, thanks. I hope everyone has a beautiful day. And thank you guys for stopping by and listening to the end if you did. Peace.